Why Portugal's Azores Islands should be your next adventure. Today, we're taking you on a thrilling journey to the Azores, a hidden paradise in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. If you're an adventurer at heart, you're in for a treat. We've compiled a list of the best things to do in the Azores that will satisfy your wanderlust and ignite your adventurous spirit. So, grab your gear, and let's dive into the action. Near halfway between Europe and Canada, a cluster of tussled, rugged, lush, and windswept isles form Portugal's far-flung Eden-like archipelago, the Azores. Piercing the Atlantic Ocean, these 9 lush yet volcanic specks show off some of Mother Nature's finest work. And the best things to do in the Azores are as adrenaline-pumping as they are effortlessly soothing. Long a port of call for those sailing and smuggling between the 2 continents, the archipelago has been scripting seafaring stories for centuries. This is a world where whales and dolphins dance in uninterrupted waters, geysers and geothermal activity tease from the underworld, hot springs alleviate, hydrangea-lined trails lure, and epic hikes to lofty peaks elate. Panoramic from all angles, patchworks of pastures spill down mountainsides towards the ocean, occasionally interrupted by charcoal-hued vineyards, basalt stone churches, and whitewashed rural villages. Are the Azores worth visiting? 100% yes. The Azores' rugged and mystical charm, incredible natural attractions, such as volcanic craters and geothermal activity, and the chance to spot dolphins and whales are just the tip of the iceberg. How many days do you need in the Azores? If you only want to visit São Miguel, you could tick off the main things to do in the Azores in 3 days, as the island is compact and easy to get around. I believe that the Azores deserve at least a week so you can switch off and appreciate the laid-back landscapes. Which is the best island to visit in the Azores? Pico has incredible vineyards chiseled from volcanic rock and Portugal's highest peak, while the more remote islands of Flores, famed for its waterfalls, and tiny Corvo are best for serene rambles far from the crowds. How to get to the Azores? Sadly, there isn't a ferry from the mainland to the Azores. Therefore, to get to the Azores, you'll need to take a domestic flight from Lisbon or Porto. There are no flights from the Algarve, or an international flight from one of the connected cities in Europe and North America. TAP sell direct flights from New York's JFK. How to travel between the Azores Islands? While there are short internal flights between all the islands, the frequency varies depending on their size. The more sustainable tip to travel between the 9 isles and complete all the things to do in the Azores is by ferry. How to get around on each island? As such, you might want to rent a car to reach the best spots on the island easily. Delve deep underground in lava tubes. While Madeira, Portugal's second archipelago, might have its unique lavada, irrigation channel, walking trails, the Azores can boast of something even more special: lava tubes. On São Miguel, you'll find the Gruta de Carvão on the outskirts of Ponta Delgada, and Terceira's tubes are called Gruta do Natal. Getting to the Azores. Many people assume that Ponta Delgada on São Miguel is the only gateway to the Azores. If you're traveling from further afield, TAP's stopover program, which includes Lisbon and Porto, is worth considering, as it will also give you a 25% discount on all domestic flights. Hike to epic viewpoints. With numerous impressive trails across all the islands, the best free thing to do in the Azores is go hiking. Azoreans have a specific word for these: fajr, which describes the flat part of the land which meets the ocean, usually formed by lava spill cooling on contact with the water. Fajr dos Cubas. The most famous and impressive of these is the Fajr dos Cubas, which has a lake-like area separated from the ocean by a slight stretch of land. Reachable on the PR1 trail, which starts in Serra do Topo, it's one of many fantastic routes you'll find on this lush isle. Whale watching and dolphin spotting. Luckily, all of the islands offer trips out into the deep blue, as one of the most popular things to do in the Azores is to try to spot marine mammals. Spotting a whale's tail from a boat. Still, it doesn't matter which island you're based on. You'll be able to find companies offering whale-watching trips across the archipelago, including regular departures from Pico Island, Horta on File Island, and on glass-bottom boats from Turkira. Descend wine terraces to golden sands and discover curry. While sipping wine is certainly not an adventure activity, the art of growing them very much is in the Azores. Not only is this one of the most extreme places to cultivate wine, but it's also one of the most visually impressive. Maya in Santa Maria, Azores. While Pico has the most famous vineyards of the Azores, I also found the terraced vines on Santa Maria Island, where you'll find the Azores' only golden sand beaches, just as impressive and dramatic. Not all adventures and outdoor activities in the Azores need to get your heart thumping, and sometimes you'll want to give yourself over to the natural state of flow these islands boast by bathing in the healing waters. Snorkel on a protected islet inside an exposed volcanic crater. If you find yourself on São Miguel Island between June and early October, be sure to take the short boat trip from Vilafranca de Campo to Ilhéu de Vilafranca de Campo. Idyllic and tranquil, this small islet is a protected nature reserve and one of the world's most unique swimming and snorkeling spots. The island's circular, swimming pool, is actually the crater of a submerged volcano, and while the beach is compact, the calm waters and epic location make this a place not to miss. Summit Portugal's highest peak. While Torre in the Serra da Estrela claims the title of mainland Portugal's loftiest point, the country's actual highest pinnacle is on the island of Pico. Towering up to the heavens and often piercing the clouds, Mount Pico, which literally translates to peak and gives the island its name, offers one of the Azores' best adventure activities. Marvel at majestic waterfalls, while canyoning. One of the most extraordinary outdoor adventures in the Azores is chasing, swimming in and canyoning around the waterfalls. Flora's Island, which translates to flowers, should be called Cascata Island, as this true hidden gem in Europe is the best destination for waterfalls. Embrace the geothermal activity. No trip to São Miguel would be complete without visiting Furnas, the fiery heart of the island. As well as the previously mentioned thermal springs, there are plenty more chances to embrace geothermal activity. Surf or sunbathe. You can't talk about all the things to do in the Azores without mentioning the beaches. These are islands, after all. No matter what kind of beach day you're craving, you'll surely find the perfect slice of sand along these shorelines. Getting to the Azores. Many people assume that Ponta Delgada on São Miguel is the only gateway to the Azores. However, TAP Airlines, in conjunction with Azores Airlines, also offers direct flights from the mainland to Turkira, Faial, Pico, Graciosa and Santa Maria, meaning you could start and end your trip on different islands. Thank you for joining us on this epic Azorean adventure. Stay tuned for more exhilarating journeys right here on World's Adventurous Vibes. Adventure awaits, so go out there and make every moment count. See you in the next video.